Am I the butthole for not letting my husband name our baby after his ex? I honestly can't believe I'm even writing this, but I need some advice because this has turned into a full-blown argument between me 31F and my husband 34M. We're expecting our first baby, a little girl, and like most soon-to-be parents, we've been discussing baby names for months. I was so excited to finally start narrowing down options until my husband threw a major curveball that has me questioning everything. So, my husband and I have been together for about 6 years and married for 3. Before we got together, he had a serious relationship with his ex Lara. They dated for 5 years, and from what I've gathered, it was a pretty serious relationship. They didn't end on bad terms. They just grew apart and eventually broke up. He's always been open about his past, and while I never felt threatened by it, I also didn't need constant reminders of it either. But now, it feels like his past relationship is about to invade my future. Here's where things went sideways. We were sitting down a couple of weeks ago, tossing around potential names for our baby girl. I had a few favorites, and he mentioned a couple, but then he said, out of nowhere, that he'd been thinking about naming our daughter Lara after his ex at first. I thought he was joking, because who would actually suggest that? But nope, he was dead serious. I laughed nervously and asked him why on earth he would want to do that. He said he's always loved the name Lara and it has a special meaning to him. Even now, I tried to stay calm, but inside, I was furious. How could he think that naming our baby after a woman he used to be in love with was even remotely appropriate? I told him it was a hard no from me, but he kept pressing. He said it wasn't about her specifically, just the name, and that I was overreacting by making it personal. I tried to explain to him that naming a child is one of the most important decisions parents make together, and that every time I'd say our daughter's name, I'd be reminded of Lara, his ex. That's not a good foundation for family harmony. He brushed it off and said I was being insecure and letting my jealousy get in the way of a beautiful name. Jealous? Really? It gets worse. He started talking to our friends and family about it without even telling me. Apparently, some of his friends agree with him and think I'm being petty because it's just a name. One of his friends even said I should be flattered that he wants to honor someone important to him. Seriously? I should be flattered that my husband wants to name our child after someone he used to date? My mother is on my side and thinks it's completely inappropriate, but even some of our other family members are saying I'm being too sensitive and that I should just let it go. My husband and I have had multiple arguments about this now, and it's really starting to drive a wedge between us. He keeps insisting that Lara is just a name and that I'm blowing this out of proportion. He even accused me of ruining the baby naming process by turning it into a fight. But honestly, how could I not be upset? The idea of our daughter sharing a name with his ex-girlfriend feels like a slap in the face, and I can't imagine introducing my child to people and having them associate her with his past relationship. I've suggested plenty of other names, some that are even similar to Lara, but he keeps coming back to it. I don't know what to do at this point. I don't want this to become a major issue in our marriage, but I also don't want to cave on something that feels like such a big deal to me. So, Reddit, am I the butthole for not letting my husband name our baby after his ex?